Hello, hello, and it's nearly goodbye, but this is day 28 of Flash Briefing February. Hello, I'm Peter Stewart, and together with Suze Cooper, over the last month, we've brought you day by day, step by step, breakdown by breakdown, a guide for the skill set, the mindset, and the marketing to build a better briefing. And today is our last kind of formal day of the course. I said I'd bring cake. I couldn't actually come up with cake, but you know what? I brought a rice cake. I bought this rice cake, which is chocolate covered. So I reckon that looks a little bit like an Alexa, doesn't it? Yeah, like that? I think so. So I shall tuck into that as Suze introduces herself and to tell us what we're going to be talking about today on the last day of the formal course.
I'm not sure after that introduction I can say very much, but my name's Suze Cooper. I am a radio broadcaster, and I also work for a voice consultancy over in London, creating skills and actions for Alexa and Google smart speakers and the like. And yes, it has been an amazing 28 days of running through what it takes to put together a flash briefing. So I started up my own flash briefing in March last year. There's been ups and downs. Have I had a different episode every single day? No. Have I hit technical trouble? Yes. Have I had my head in my hands and not always had it go out every day as I thought it would? Yes. Because that is the life of a flash briefer, isn't it, Peter? And you find that, once you've committed to doing this flash briefing, it's quite a task, but it is also really, really quite rewarding.
Absolutely. And also that's the life of a mum of 3 children. That's Suze, not me. Life does sometimes take over. It's not the be all and end all. Things aren't going to fall apart if you don't manage to get something up for one day. But hopefully we've made it easier for you to see some of the tricks that you can use, that you can implement to make it go a little bit more smoothly. And Suze, I've kind of broken this down into 5 steps, our final show, as we kind of remind people of some of the of the basics that we've spoken about over the last 27 days. And I reckon P could stand for personality, because as we said on one day of the course, you've got to have a bit of personality, you've got to have verve, you've got to have a bit of vitality, you've got to know about your topic and understand it, and be able to present it in a way that is intriguing, engaging, and so on. And we also spoke, didn't we, about having the kind of the voice and the presentation style, because if we were just sitting, next to each other in one of our homes, then our voices and our presentation would be completely different. As it happens, we're not actually too far away. I guess we're only about 30 miles or so, but our voice would be a bit more quiet and a bit more subdued and so on. But because we're presenting, because we want to intrigue and engage and infuse, your voice, your personality kind of goes up. So I'm going to give P for personality, and I reckon after P comes E for equipment. So what are your top tips as far as equipment goes?
Yeah, now equipment, we spoke about how this shouldn't be a barrier. You shouldn't think that you've got to go out and spend an absolute fortune to get all the top-notch tech to be able to record your flash briefing. It can be just as simple as recording into your phone. It could also be as easy as a USB mic into your computer or your laptop, right the way up to if you wanted to try and create a soundproofed area. But absolutely, equipment should not be a barrier to you creating your flash briefing, and that's one of the things that we've covered in this 28-day course. And I hope that we've got across to people, because what we really want to be doing is empowering you to go away and do this stuff. So try not to put too many barriers in the way. Equipment and tech certainly shouldn't be one of them.
And T for time, because over time, you know what, you will improve. Sue said about the mindset a few days ago, and it can be really quite daunting to start off with. If you're not from a presentation background, perhaps you're not even used to speaking much in the office or doing presentations to a small group of people in your team, it can be really quite daunting. We appreciate that. Suze and I have been doing it for years, and, hopefully we're not being too blasé about it. But over time you will improve. You'll improve with knowing what buttons to press. You'll improve about your presentation, about what topics are really engaging with people, and what buttons to press, literally and kind of emotionally as well, to engage people and to bring them into a marketing funnel. And you'll become more confident, and with a little bit more, a few more flash briefings under your belt, your confidence will improve, and then you'll want to publicize it more, and then you'll get more listeners. And you can see how that is kind of a bit of a snowball effect, how everything, kind of mounts up in a good way and makes you a better presenter. And I think really, perhaps it's easier to present flash briefings, in your back bedroom with no one else there, and it can make you perhaps a bit more confident potentially, so then you are a bit more used to speaking to your team or at a meeting or at a presentation in real life. So there's step number 3. Step number 4, I thought E would stand for exercise and practice and plan and schedule your content, whether it be the kind of content it is. And also we spoke, I think it was yesterday, wasn't it, about bulk recording. So all of that under the heading of exercise.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. There's certainly ways that you can group together your content. Peter's spoken about repeating episodes, having some evergreen episodes that you can kind of pull out of your back pocket on those days when you might feel like there isn't anything to talk about. There's lots of different ways that you can group your content and really kind of put together a plan. Organisation is key with flash briefings, particularly if you're producing something that goes out every single day. So, a nice Google Sheet or Excel spreadsheet is going to be your friend with all the days down the side and as many content ideas as you can fill it with. So yeah, absolutely, kind of exercising that organizational skills will really stand you in good stead as you go forward with your flash briefing.
And then I think after those first 4 steps, we could perhaps finish off with R, because hopefully you will reap the rewards at the end of the day. We've given you, as we like to say, the skill set, the mindset, and the marketing to build a better briefing, and hopefully bring people into your marketing funnel. And hopefully there will be a bit of money at the end of it. It's kind of good fun. And at the end of the day, it's only a minute or so out of your life every day to produce this kind of content. We gave you some tips about how you can make it really almost seamless integration with your other work. But also, it's not the be all and end all if you do miss a couple of days. But hopefully, we've given you the ideas, the skills, the confidence, the tricks, some of the apps, the tech as well, and also the enthusiasm for you to go ahead and to reap rewards. Now, reaping rewards may not necessarily be financial. It may just be another skill that you've got. As I mentioned a few moments ago, maybe it adds to your own confidence. It's something else for your CV or resume, perhaps. It may make you think, well, maybe flash briefings aren't for me, but actually I prefer a longer form podcast or something like that. Or maybe neither of those. Perhaps I'm not a presenter, but I could hire myself out as a producer or an editor for someone else's audio content. Or flash briefings are interesting, but I'm more interested in the skills and the hugely evolving and opening market of skills and actions and capsules and things like that. So there you are. There's our 5. And I've only just realized that they PETE and R spells. How embarrassing. Look, seriously, keep in touch. We really appreciate you watching our 28-day guide. Thank you so much. Hopefully you've learned lots. We'll be back tomorrow with a special live edition of Flash Briefing February, where you can ask some more questions of us. And Suze, good luck, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely. And if you do want to go back and perhaps listen to any of these episodes rather than watching the videos again, then it is available as a podcast. The links are all up on the VoiceWorks Facebook page. Do stay in touch with us, as Peter says. You can also sign up at voiceworks.info for our weekly newsletter, which is all about audio production, flash briefings, podcasting, all those kind of things. So join us here tomorrow. If you've got questions that perhaps have popped up over the days, then tomorrow is the day when you can actually ask us. We will be here live, and we're looking forward to seeing you all then. So thanks very much for joining us for 28 days of Flash Briefing February.
And Suze, thank you as well for being my more than able co-host and doing all the techie stuff behind the scenes.
It's been a learning curve, but a good one.
Bye-bye for now. I'll see you tomorrow.